Let me press record. All right, there we go. Welcome back, everyone. Or maybe you didn't go anywhere and didn't take the advice to have a 2-minute screen break like myself. So this next session is with Alexandra Vilya. That's what trauma-informed coaching looks like. So in this session, as we've been doing, there will be an opportunity for people to try out some different stuff using embodiment tools, whether you want to join in the group stuff, you want to join in when there's individual coaching demonstrations, or you're a coach and just want to see how things are done and want to sort of start looking at how you can integrate these tools into what you're doing. All of that is okay. I'm the tech person, so if you have any problems, feel free to private message me, Steve. And it's great if you have your cameras on, particularly with a topic like this, just because one, we can sort of get feedback from people, see how they're doing, and it's good for safety. So if you can have your camera on, that's very welcome. However, if it's not appropriate or whatever, that's okay as well. We do like seeing, just being able to see people, particularly around this trauma topic. On that as well, if Vilya does any one-to-one demonstrations and you volunteer for that, I encourage you not to, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, don't choose like a 10 or 11, and go into like some deeply traumatic thing or something right now. So it's more so just choosing something that's like a 4, seeing how you can work with that. So it's like a little stressor type thing, not something deep at the moment, because you wouldn't want to go through that with lots of people as well, I guess, and in a short space of time. Something needed more extended for that. Be mindful that this is recorded and live streamed. So again, if you do volunteer, it's sort of recorded. So just keep that in mind and maybe don't do it if you don't want that to be the case. Anything else? This is also streamed on Facebook and YouTube channel, and we will have replays. People keep asking, but they'll become available after live stuff. We find if people are attending live, they're more likely to participate and get something out of it. So we want to encourage people here live. You can share it with your friends. Just copy the Zoom link across. If there's anything that be useful for them, feel free just to share this around. We do these free events because we want everyone to benefit from it. So share widely. That's what we encourage you to do. And finally, I'll get onto Vilya. So as we said, this is going to be looking at trauma-informed coaching. In case you don't know who Vilya is, she's the director and co-lead trainer of the Embodied Facilitator course in Russia. She's a PhD in educational science. She's the person who almost brought tango to Russia. She's got over a decade of experience working with body and movement as a therapist, a coach, a trainer. She's the founder of Body for Business, specializes in body therapy, dance movement therapy, and trauma work. She also has a deep understanding of the philosophy of embodiment, trauma, and its scientific basis. So it's great here to hand over to Vilya.
Yes, thank you very much, Steve. Oh, hello, everyone. It's great to be here, and it's a big honor for me to share some of my experience and to show how the work, trauma-informed work, could be organized with the help of embodiment tools, and likely we can see how it works with particularly embodiment yoga tools. So feel free to join as volunteer if you like. Steve already said everything about me. Maybe one more detail. I'm for this work, embodiment work and trauma work, especially as trauma therapist, more than 10 years, and worked in different countries and with different cases and with different clients. And so I have some background in this. And I'm a little bit embodiment geek. So all my way of seeing people, culture, social dynamics, etc., I used to see it through the lens of the body and through the lens of embodiment. And first of all, I want to ask a question. How often in your practice, in your coaching practice or facilitation, you meet clients whose request sounds something like, "Oh, I want to do something," or "I'd like to do something," but I feel that I can't do it. Is there any situation in your experience with clients like this? I want to do something, for example, I really want to start my business, or I really want to meet new people, or I really want to express myself, or I really want to rest more, for example. But somehow I can't do it. I know in my mind that I need it or I want it, it's useful, but something inside me stops me from this beautiful thing. From in my coaching experience, it's a very usual request. And of course, if our clients can do it, we will never met in this case. They have no reason to meet us or to work on any topics if they can do anything they want. And how I found it connected with trauma topic. I'm pretty sure that if you work with clients as coach or therapist or facilitator or trainer or whatever, uh, nowadays we mostly have this trauma-informed basis. So to be trauma-informed specialist is like common sense. It's something necessary for this year, for these days. And so I don't plan to give some basis about trauma or what to do or what not to do. And as I used to see the world through this embodiment lens, uh, I'm sorry. English is my second language. And what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to do something that I want to do. So to share my experience, to make this demo to be useful for you. And at the same time, I have this feeling like, oops, like a little bit can't do it. And so sometimes I will do some language mistakes. Sometimes I will slow down. Please forgive me for that. Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Thank you. That's true about me. And it's the same is totally true about all of us. We all have these issues. We all have these situations. So it's something normal. It's something about human beings. So and for me, there are a lot of definitions of trauma. And some of my colleagues who are much more in medical way of thinking or in more clinical way of thinking, usually used to connect trauma, the word trauma, with something big, like PTSD symptoms or CPTSD or some huge events or bad circumstances or some shit that happened to a person. And that's totally true. That's totally relevant. And at the same time, uh, uh, if you start to look at human body through this embodied lens, uh, it's possible to notice that in every difficult situation, when we can experience stress response, quite often this stress response related not to the actual situation. Like, for example, I'm at my home, I'm online, I'm doing stuff that I already do and know very well, but I'm still nervous. Why? Because in my mind, in my body, in some sense, I continue to go through my English exams, really, right now. and it's difficult for me, and I do stress in my body at that moment. And the same situation for our clients when they want to do something or they like to do something. The thing that stops them at that moment, it's not something, quite often it's not something real. It's something in the past. It's some sort of past stress response that express at that moment. And that's why for me, be trauma-informed coach or facilitator is to aware about all these things and be able to help the client to go through this habitual stress response. So for me, it's quite simple structure. I can notice this stress response and I can help to go through this stress response if my client really wants to do something. And before we go for demo, before we go to some actual work, I want to suggest you a very simple tool. Probably you've already know this tool. We used to call it centering. You can call it any other way. And it's about how to manage stress response. And if you'd like, you can join me right now. We can do it sitting, we can do it standing, but it's in some sense, it's the main tool working with stress response. And if it's okay for you, I invite you to join me and find the way to be more grounded and more balanced in your posture, standing or sitting. Quite often it's useful, it's very helpful to find a solid base for your feet. Sometimes it's useful to, I don't know how to do in English, like shh, with your feet on the floor. Um, find find a way to balance your posture. So it's useful to align a little bit your spine or to put your head, your chest, and your hip in one line as a snowman. And breathe in and breathe out. And what if I suggest you to shine? Is the idea, the image from Paul Linden's work, Paul Linden's method. Let's do a little bit shine. Imagine that somewhere inside you is some lighting bubble or star or sun or whatever. And this small intention from inside to outside. So balanced posture, breathing, and this little shine. Ah, how do you feel right now, please? Let me know in chat box. How are you? Calm, grounded, yes, thank you. Smiling, calm, light and happy, relaxed. Trying to find the shine. Okay, it's an image. Ah, fully present, one and calm. Thank you very much. I hoped that it works. Yeah, great, thank you. So it's a good point to start to do any type of coaching, any type of facilitation, and especially any type of work that could be connected with some difficulties, emotional, physical, intellectual or whatever. And what I want to suggest right now, I want to make some small demo session with one of you. And for this demo, I invite anyone who are ready to formulate the difficulties in this form. So I remind you, I want to do this or that, or I'd like to do this or that, but I can't, I can't, and I can't again. So something like this, not very serious, so it's not the drama of your life and not real trauma situation, but maybe something quite simple, like I want to go to bed in normal time, not in the deep night, but I can't. I want to show up, but I can't. I want to something else, but I can't. Yeah, I see your comments. Lim, I already see your hand. Great, great. Hila, I just want to check what I feel in my body more relevant and more useful. I want to do group calls, but I can't seem to get to the point of starting. I want to be connected to my partner. And be more focused and centered. I want to see the sunrise, but I can't wake up. Yeah, here's 5. I'd like to commit to find a dramatic relationships. I want to make deep connection with people. And Lim and Rihila, am I right? Yeah, I see your hands. Can you say what's your I want to?
There's in the. I'd like to go to sleep early because I haven't seemed to be. It doesn't seem to work for me. But it's not happening.
Thank you. And Lim, what is your I can't? Oh, I want to improve my. Lim, please. Can you?
Hello. Yeah, I want to start my business online, but I can't because I have money aversion.
Okay. Let me check my gut. Lim, would you like to do it with me? Yeah. Great requests. Some of them I'm sure will be more relevant for example, for relationship and intimacy session. Some of them for marketing sessions. So it's quite a lot. Okay, let's start with Lim. Lim, I will. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's great. It's for being more, to say, to see better what's going on for others. And Liam, I also will pick your text. I pick you on my screen so I can see you now much better in more details. You can do the same with me. And for others, may I check, others can see both of us. Yeah, great, cool.
I can't seem to pin you somehow.
3 dots on my picture, no?
Chat show non-video participant. It's okay.
Okay, sorry. Sorry for this. Okay, let's start. First of all, how do you think, who is the boss? during this session?
I know the right answer is me, but I somehow feel inside it's my parents.
Good to know. Okay. So if it will be you, what does it mean for you? You are the boss for this session.
For this session, if I'm my own boss, then I would go through whatever I'm comfortable with and push myself slightly a bit where I'm not so comfortable a bit.
And the other idea on all what I invite you to do, it's definitely invitation. And you definitely can say no. Probably you was on previous session and you know this post. Oh, okay, nice. Or you can just say no. No, it's enough. And how do you feel about this public session? So
I'm good. Yeah, like my situation is, I feel like it's just a level of 3, so I'm okay.
Okay, great. Can you tell a little bit more about what's going on when you think, oh, I wish to do this, but something happened at that moment?
So I wish to start a business online, but when I think about money, I sense like something in my chest constricted and a memory of my mother coming home from work saying she's tired all the time because she's the main breadwinner of the family.
So have this experience of having issue with the money, and the money is the main topic when you start to do to think about your business.
Yeah, I have. So I find that it's easy to give money, but receiving money or finding the value that I give in a business a little bit difficult, because I find it easier to volunteer than to call it a business. So
Sounds like it's not easy for you to receive money.
slowly learning, but yes, it's not easy.
Is it only about money, or it's not easy to receive something else for you? Flowers, gifts?
Oh yes, I love gifts. No problem with that.
Okay. So it's a very particular topic.
Money and related to how I can give value to other people. And somehow, yeah, somehow money is very specific money.
What will be the good result from our session, short session for you?
The short session, if I can resolve the receiving money issue, I feel like I could definitely sustain myself, and by sustaining myself, I can also contribute to society a lot more easier without any stress. Yeah.
Okay. If you're ready, I want to try something with you. Is that okay for you?
Yeah.
Can you do it sitting, or you can stand up? Okay.
I'll stand up.
Okay. I want to remind you receiving pose from EYP. So it's a quite wide stand. So my feet is not together, but a little bit wide, and 1 foot forward. Okay. And I bring my weight to the back leg. And I have this gesture like I receive something. For example, flowers. Let's do this. and you receive flowers. And do this gesture, this movement, this small movement. It's flowers. How do you feel? What do you notice in this posture?
Feel happy to receive flowers.
Mhm.
Feel quite grounded and quite appreciated. And it feels light in my hands.
Mhm.
And as I'm talking to you, I can feel my chest going a bit more forward, but before that it was a bit back. But now it's going a bit forward. Oh.
And you follow my posture, so it's a little bit, as you say, more circling in your low back. And like, oh, it's mine. It's for me. Like, yeah. Uh-huh. How this for you? What do you notice?
Oh, it feels very different. Like when curling in, it feels like I'm fully receiving, almost like carrying a child, but not in a burden kind of way, but very, it's very yeah, it's very nice. I feel very warm in my hands, and it's coming up to my shoulders. So yeah, it feels very comforting.
Yeah, great, cool. Okay, let's shake a little bit. You can do any movement you want to do. Maybe free your breath. Maybe move on your feet a little bit. And shake. Okay, great. Okay, let's try the same pose. It's receiving pose. So a little bit more curving. Great. And what if it's not flowers or child? If, oh, what's going on right now? What do you do in your body right now? What if it's not a flower? What if it's money?
Oh, I feel like tension here.
Okay.
A little bit, and almost as if like my knees are bent and my knees wanna push up. Like push up. Yeah, like push up. Somehow like just a little bit. I was exaggerating, and I feel a little bit tension in the shoulders. A little bit.
When you notice this body reaction, is it somehow connected with, I don't know, maybe with some ideas, with some image? What are you doing, or why are you doing this movement?
It feels like I have to meet other people's expectations because there's money. And when there's no money, like I can just give without needing to fix or resolve something. So it feels like a responsibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this movement. Yeah, like,
I have to lift them up or something like that.
Okay, let's shake. How do you feel right now?
a bit more relaxed and more clear about, yeah, a bit more clear a little bit.
Mhm. Will it be useful for you to receive money in more easy way without giving back?
Yes, it would definitely be a lot useful to receive money in an easy way. Yes,
Will it be useful for you?
definitely. Yes.
Yes? Yes,
Mm.
no? You can say no. We can stop here.
Oh no, yes, yes, please. We have a culture of receiving money with ang pao,
Mhm.
great packets, but it's work related that I find it.
Okay. So we will come back to the same posture. This is receiving posture. And now we will go in a very small steps to this posture. So very slow. First, we start with the balance on the both feet, the same weight, yes. And find the way for your, yeah, okay, great. And now this is money on your hands. This is money. How much? How much you have this in your hands? How much is enough? How much is okay?
Ooh, a lot is okay.
Okay. Can you say some numbers?
I mean, how much is okay? 100,000? Yeah, that feels all right.
Okay. Okay. So you have it in your hands right now. And let's start very slowly to move back on the back leg with this money in your hands.
Wow.
What's going on?
I noticed that if I move slowly, it's okay. But so initially when you asked me, I was going to habitually move really fast, but because you say slowly, it was okay. But when I was going back to my habitual, I could feel a little bit tense up. But when I slowly move it, it's okay, and my hands are warm and the weight feels good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. What does it mean for you in your projects, in your business, with the idea starting your business online? If you do this more slowly, what does it mean in practical way? What does it mean for your business? What it could be?
It would be, I think, I feel that in my business to start slowly would be to not have to rush through things and have a typical timeline where I need to achieve X, like a lot of things, like in a normal sense, but go at my own pace together with my clients and not rush to try and get so much clients that I can't hold them gently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just take on the capacity of clients that I can receive at the moment and not go for quantity. Yeah, that feels a lot more comfortable, like, and more in line with how I want to do business. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Mm-hmm. We can stop here if it's enough for you, and we can do one more small step to your business if you'd like.
Yes, one more small step. I'm happy to push a little bit. I'm very comfortable now. Thank you.
Okay, let's let this pose go. And what if I suggest you one more pose? It's also from EYP, and it's entering pose.
Entering?
Entering pose.
Ah.
So it's the same position in your legs. So 1 foot forward. And your weight more on this leg. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, not totally. So you're not falling down. But 60-40, like 60-40, 60 on the on one leg and 40 on back leg. And put your hands together like this. And then just move a little bit forward. I will see my hands better. Like moving forward, yes. Together with the whole body, like you're moving your weight forward. Yes. And stop in the position that where you want. How do you feel this posture? Comfortable, uncomfortable? What do you notice in your body right now?
My right leg feels firm, but my back leg feels a bit. Not my back leg, sorry, my lower back on the left feels a little bit shaky, just a little bit.
It's great, great. What do you notice about your breathing?
It's a little bit faster now, but I'm preparing to run a race.
Okay. Okay, great.
Oh, sorry, but in my mind, I feel really focused somehow. Like,
so it's something like this, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel the floor under your feet?
On the foot in front, I feel the floor more. It's the back feet. I feel my lower back more.
Okay. Let's do a little centering in this posture. So you can relax your central line, your core.
Oh.
And try to shine a little bit.
Wow.
In this posture.
Oh, suddenly I feel really centered. And more steady, and I can feel my left foot.
Great.
Yeah, the tension or the weight on the left lower back has moved to the left foot, and it feels more balanced. I know I'm still having more weight in front of I have more weight in front, but more steady. And if just now my vision was more like this, now it feels clear, but also wider. Peripheral vision.
Yeah.
And my heart doesn't feel like my heart feels calm.
Okay. Great. And what if, let's imagine, you do some first step, or maybe even second step with this movement, and you start to receive money.
Oh, I'm okay somehow.
And you can go to this receiving pose.
So I move back from.
Yeah. So previous pose, from entering to receiving. How it feels for you?
If I go slow, if I go slow, even if there's a little bit of tension, it melts away if I go slow. So that's really nice.
Can we stop here right now?
Thank you.
Thank you, Lim. Thank you for your courage.
Thank you very
How
much.
you know?
I'm
How
shy
are you?
now. I'm shy.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for this session. I'll return back. Probably, yes, yes. Whew, how are you guys? Did you notice something useful in this demo? Or maybe you have a lot of questions, or everything is clear. I'm here and ready to answer your questions if you have them. Thank you, great comments. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Steve, for postures. It's great. Lim, will it be okay for you if I add some notes about this session, about this process?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you. So I used EYP poses for this session, and from my experience, with every request, sooner or later we can find this EYP posture that we can use with the client. So here it was quite easy because Lim started already said about receiving money. So I just checked if it's about money or receiving at all. And then we start to explore what's going on, how the body creates this stress response, which which stops to do something. And so for me, it was the main idea to see this stress response and how it happens in the body. And when I suggested to do different, all these poses, in fact, more slowly, it was about calibration. So to be trauma informed, for me, also means to first to see stress response, to see freezing or fighting or fleeing or flopping down. So all the type of stress responses, and we can see it and see, okay, here we can find something. Here something happens. So let's go deeper or be more attentive at that moment. And then a very important idea is to calibrate any interventions, any ideas. So, for example, go slowly, or in this case, we calibrated the sum of money. For example, I can say, Lim, let's go 1 million something, 1 million money. And I can imagine. It's important to calibrate. We can do it by speed, changing the speed of movement, or changing, how to say, the volume of movement. So how much should I move in entering pose, or how much should I move in my receiving pose? And to find the way the idea is to find this level of intensity that is manageable. So we can apply centering or some tiny tuning tiny adjusting of the pose or movement to find the amount of challenge which client can manage, which is possible, which is not too much. And through this process, after it, we can find good questions. For example, I could ask Liam, okay, what will be the first step? Or what does it mean for you to receive slowly? So, and from this body process, we can move to verbal process and to ask all these favorite and the best questions which we used to ask our clients, but not addressing not to the mind, but to the body experience. Because when we address only to the mind, it's quite useful. We know all these answers, and our clients know all the answers very well. The problem that there's some stress response in the body that doesn't allow the person to follow this answer, to follow these plans, to follow this knowledge, to follow these ideas, because here is a stress response. And it could be connected with some difficulties, it could be connected with some I don't know, previous experience. It could be connected with family experience as well, or cultural experience. So it's not, it's important where it comes from, but it's not too important in coaching process and when we want to help our client to move on. Whew. I'm okay. now I'm okay. I did my job and I'm okay. Thank you, Liam. Thank you, everybody. Yes, it's something that what we're doing when we do embodied coaching. We return clients' awareness back. So I'm not the person who want to say, hey, Liam, you do this and that. No, it works, it's okay, but it's not my aim. The aim is in the main learning process in this in coaching process. The main learning is to notice how I do this. For example, I do it very quick, or I have stress response in some situation, and okay, I have this stress response, I can manage it. Or, oh, I'm doing it too quick again. Maybe I can do it slowly, etc., etc. So this body awareness, we return body awareness and we develop body awareness to our clients. And it's a very important part of trauma-informed approach. And yeah, I really want to check if you're okay right now, if it's okay for you, because you're a boss. Mm-hmm. And at any moment, you could say, stop, it's enough for me. I'm okay, but it's enough. And you're the boss of the process. Okay, guys, thank you, Liam, again. It was a big honor for me to do it with you. And I hope your business will be great. Whew. And I have one more question for all of you. Was it something useful or one main learning observation that you got from this process? And if it was, please share in chat box I'm really curious about it. Did you find something useful for your coaching practice? Regulating volume. Yeah. Thank you. Very useful. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for your feedback.
Great. I love how there's lots of varying things. A few people mentioning the calibration and take it slow approach, and your own embodiment as well. But there's lots of different things coming in, which shows how much there is to it. Well, thank you, Vilya. I might come back to you, let you formulate in your head one top tip, formulate in your body mind one top tip in trauma-informed coaching, just to come back to you with and make a couple of little announcements here first. So first up, well, I was going to ask everyone for their takeaways, but Vilya's done my job for me, so that's very nice. So it's nice to see that people are actually getting something I can take away, and whether this is, I guess, in your personal life, where, you know, when you're just doing anything and you learn to calibrate better in what you're doing, or whether you are a coach, like both of them, I guess, takeaways with that. So if anyone, there's going to be another trauma session tonight with Patricia. So that's at 7 p.m. UK time, which is just over 6 hours away. So if there's anyone interested that you may know who could benefit from this, whether coaches or everyday people or trainers of some sort, feel free to just share this Zoom link with them. It's going to be the same later, so I'll pop that down there in the chat. Obviously, it'll be a different take. So it's a similar topic, but Patricia will have a very different take on it. She comes from a sort of constellations background. Recordings question, yeah, after the live event's done, we'll release some recordings. We just like having it live first because it encourages more people to, I guess, actively participate rather than sitting there on the replay. Other stuff as well. So if, do share it with a friend. I popped the postures, a link to different postures in the chat there. I can do that again in a minute as well. But if you were interested in these EYP postures that Vilya sort of demonstrated here, receiving pose particularly, obviously it's not always easy to change, but this body stuff, I saw a comment there mentioning it. It's the quickest and, I guess, most effective way to go in very quickly. And obviously a trauma-informed approach is still very important with that. So we encourage people not to go, oh, I saw this being done, so I'm just going to start using it myself. But maybe take the time to actually learn it a bit deeper and go into that and look at some of the safety stuff around it as well. So if you'd like to check out the EYP coaching or any of the other parts of EYP, let me just share it actually. So if anyone would like to check out either this personal EYP, which is just practice stuff mainly, or if you're a coach would like to work with it in one-to-one work, and that goes in personal along with technical teaching, some embodiment theory and safety, how to use it with your clients, case studies, and a lot more coaching demos. Also part of a community, so like you'll get monthly community calls and be part of a private Facebook group, so you can discuss with one another what kind of works for you there. And there's the teaching version, which is working with groups, and it goes more into stuff like trauma awareness as well, and how you can combine it with other things, how you can market yourself better. Mainly focused around yoga teachers, how you can integrate that into class, but also it's applicable to all group classes, how you can maintain what you're doing, but also integrate this into the micro postures and all that sort of thing. So that's what is happening. If you'd like to check that out, we've just made the special again just for this weekend for the event. And then we won't be releasing this again for another year. So if you're interested in EYP, do get it this weekend. Coming up, we've got a little bit of a short break now. So there's 2 hours between sessions now. So the next one will start at 3 p.m. UK time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern time. Prob's too late if you're in Asia or Australia or something like that. However, you're very free to watch it at midnight, of course. So that next session will be in German. So that one's going to be, I would try to pronounce it, but I can't fucking say German, so I'm not going to try and pronounce it. So that's at 3. So any German-speaking friends, you can invite them. And then 4 p.m. we've got another session. This one, feeling safe in relationship with Jamie. She was on a recent event with us. So it's going to be similar, exploring relationships and intimacy. And then there'll be more stuff on marketing. There'll be stuff on leadership. So that's with Tonya, who actually works in Russia with Vilya. So she'll be looking at leadership, a completely different take from what Mark did this morning. And then, as I said, Patricia will be doing stuff. And then tomorrow there'll be some more general classes and looking at how it's used in real life, because we're just online. So we'll be doing sort of like a watch party and breakdown in breakout rooms. So very welcome to join any and all of those sessions. However, as Vilya's probably demonstrated here, do take care of yourselves as well. Calibrate if you're watching the screen, take some time away, that sort of thing. And yeah, just take care of yourself when doing it. So I think that just about does it for me. Share this with people. Do check out the EYP product if you like it. And oh yeah, I said I'll share the postures thing. So I'll do that finally if anyone's interested in postures. But again, don't sort of look at this and go, I can teach this to people, because there's a lot more to it than just that. So there's the useful guidance. And yeah, okay, back to Vilya. I'll shut up. And Vilya, do you have a final thing, a final takeaway for trauma-informed coaching?
Yes, thank you, Stephen. Thank you all for your comments, really touching and inspiring. Maybe two main takeaway. First, sensing yourself, sensing your clients, and be attentive to what's going on with yourself and with your clients. And second, calibrate. Please calibrate. And it's quite easy if you have sensing.
Thank you, Vilya. Lovely little session to start our mini break. So thanks, Vilya. Thanks, everyone. And catch you back in a few hours if you so desire. I'll do a mass unmute. So if anyone wants to say goodbye, mass unmute coming up before we close the room.